Welcome back to Evalasting Peace, where we talk about eternal life and eternal grief and all things related to trying to conceive, infertility, pregnancy, and baby loss. I have a special guest today, my oldest son, Max, who's 11, and he's just going to be here to discuss the age gap that we never planned for. Between him and his siblings. So Max came into this world fairly easily. Was not a struggle to get pregnant with him, and so we were shocked when it took a long time to get pregnant with his sibling, and that's called secondary infertility. We started trying for a sibling in July 2014 when Max was 4.
I didn't know that.
We've discussed this before, but he's telling me he didn't realize that it was that long that we were trying. That's why it's good to have these conversations. So we didn't want our kids to be too close together, but we didn't want them to be too far apart either. And so we started trying when Max was 4, and it just wasn't happening. And every month that went by, I just got more anxious about the age difference between him and his sibling, if that was even to be. We had a miscarriage in 2015 when Max was 5, when he was just starting kindergarten. And he was privy to that pregnancy, even though it only lasted 6 weeks. We were just so excited for him to know that he was getting a sibling. Max always wanted to have a sibling, didn't you? Mm-hmm. He didn't want to be an only child. He wanted a brother or sister.
My friends always had siblings, and I'm like, this is cool. I want one.
Yeah.
You can have a friend that you can hang out with all the time.
Yeah, it is cool. And grow up with and be adults with, and
right.
Yeah. And then get nieces and nephews. I mean, there's lots to having a sibling. My siblings are much older than me. They're 17 and 19 years older, so talk about an age gap. But I wasn't raised with them, so I was raised as an only child, and I always envisioned having siblings, raising siblings. That was always my dream. So when it wasn't happening, we really started to get fearful and sad for Max. He wanted a sibling. We wanted to give him one, and it wasn't happening. So when his sister Eva came around in 2017, there was a 7-year age difference between them, and that seemed like a lot.
Yeah.
But it was what it was, and we accepted it. And with Eva's diagnosis, and then with her death, he was old enough to understand a lot of what was going on and learn from it. And he got to meet her. He was there on the night she was born.
Yes, I was.
He was there, through it all, and a great big brother to Eva. And I think when she died, he was happy to at least say he had a sibling now. I mean, definitely wasn't the way we wanted it to go.
For a good
22 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a sibling that was alive for 22 days.
So when he would, do things in school or whatnot, and they would have you write about your family, he's so sweet. He still does. He always includes Eva because she's his sister, and that's never ending. She's here with us still in spirit, and we talk about that too. Just because her body's gone doesn't mean her soul's gone. So this age gap, I mean, now we have a dead daughter. We have a 7-year-old son, and he still doesn't have a living sibling. And it's not, it's just the gap is getting wider and wider. So the blessing that came in 2019, my husband and I found out the day before Max's 9th birthday that he was getting a baby brother. And he didn't know this at the time. We waited to tell him until we had genetic testing done on baby brother. Yeah. Because we wanted to know all the facts before we told Max. And
that rhymed. You wanted to know all the facts before we told Max.
That rhymed, yes. He's a character.
I think.
So what happened when we told you? What did you do?
I cried happy tears.
Yeah.
Because you showed me the pictures, and I'm like, Eva? And you're like, no. Me? And you're like, no. And I'm like, and I started crying happy tears.
He did. We showed him the ultrasound picture. We gave it to him in an envelope.
I'm like, I'm crying happy tears.
Yeah, he said, I never cried happy tears before. And by day 2, Max had already named his brother.
Leo.
Leo.
It was a mix between Leo and Eli.
He was choosing the name.
Leo Larson sounds better than Eli Larson.
He thought Leo Larson had a nice ring to it, yes. So that's the name we went with, was Max's name.
His initials are LFL.
Leo Forrest.
Leo Forrest Larson.
Dad and I got to choose the middle name, but yeah. So
I was excited naming him because you got to name Eva. I'm like, oh, this ain't fair. This is my sibling. Let me name him.
Dad named Max, I named Eva, and Max named Leo.
I'm not named after a dog. I'm named after Mad Max. My friends at school always call me a dog.
Yes, Max is one of the most...
top 5 most popular dog names.
It's true. But he wasn't named after a dog, even though your dad did have a dog named Max.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm.
I knew he had Bear.
Yeah.
But I didn't know about a dog named Max. I know that Darren's wife, Kathleen, has a dog named Max.
Okay, yes. Anyway, back on topic.
That was on topic.
Okay.
Oh, I think.
You really think that was on topic?
No.
We're here talking about the age gap between kids.
Oh.
So we wanted 4 to 5 year age gap, and we ended up with a 9.5 year age gap. So
I'm going to just call it 10 years because
it's
easier.
practically 10 years. Yeah.
It's easier.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the age gap, Max?
I think it's nice for you because I can watch over Leo when you have to, like, make dinner or something and Dad's not home yet. Or, like, get dinner started. Or I can just play with him. Keep him occupied.
You're handy in the back seat of the car.
Yes.
If Leo gets fussy, Max can hand him a treat or something to keep him
But I don't really sit in the back seat anymore. Only on, like, road trips.
on road trips, yeah.
Not road trips, but, like, long drives.
Or if Dad's in the car.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dad can't fit in the back seat.
And you have a sibling.
I have a sibling.
Mhm.
Wait. Oh, yeah, I have a sibling. I have 2 siblings.
You have 2 siblings, yeah.
Yep.
But you have a sibling that's living that you get to grow up with and play Hot Wheels cars with.
Yep.
And harass and torment, which he's already pretty good at, and we have to get on him. But I think that's because you've been waiting so long. You feel like a sibling relationship, there's torment to that.
I can pick him up and I can hold him like a sack of potatoes.
Like a sack of potatoes. Yes.
Sack of potatoes.
Is there a downside to having a sibling be so much younger than you?
Yes, he can't. I can't really, like, play anything with him. Like, he can't play my Xbox with me. Something.
Yeah.
Or, like, I can't just hang out with him because he's so young and I have to be gentle with him because even though I mess with him around like he's, like, my age, you guys always get on me like he's still a baby and he's not even 2 years old yet. I'm like, oh, fine.
Yes, that's true. But you just can't wait to...
Beat him up, beat him up, beat him up.
Oh... But you're happy you have a sibling that you get to grow up with.
Really, yes.
Yeah.
And I can drive him to school.
Oh, right now Max is really focused on the fact that he'll get to drive Leo to school. So when Max starts high school... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
5 years, but in 5 years I'll be able to drive Leo to school. And he'll be in...
What did we figure? First grade?
First year kindergarten?
Or second grade? Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Max can't wait to get his driver's license so he can drive his baby brother to school.
I get to drive a 4Runner.
He gets to drive a 4-wheel drive car. Yes.
Stick.
Mm-hmm.
I get to learn that.
That's definitely our focus right now is thinking about what we get to drive when we get big. And what else can we say about the age gap? Leo's going to look up to you, that's for sure.
Yeah.
He already does. Oh my goodness. It's true, or the younger one really watches the older one. And Leo...
I've taught him a new word.
Yes, he taught him a word. What word did you teach him?
Baka. It means fool in Japanese.
And Leo says it really well. Leo still
He goes, baka,
isn't
baka.
the biggest talker like Max was, but yeah. One thing that a lot of people notice with Max is that there's never been any jealousy when his brother came around, because he'd been waiting so long to have the sibling interaction and right, you haven't felt jealous of Leo.
No.
Their age difference is so much that now Max is craving more independence and
I want to be alone.
quiet time to himself.
I want to be in my room.
As a mom, I have one child, the toddler, who needs all of me, and the other one who's trying to pull away from me, which is kind of a weird dichotomy, but it works right now.
Get away from me.
With the age difference. Yeah, so that's been interesting. Just the no jealousy and the love. You can just see the love that exudes out of Max for his brother. He's very loving and tells him how cute he is and gives him hugs and
Shush.
for all of the
Stop it.
torment.
Stop.
Does that embarrass you?
Yes.
Why?
It's weird.
Why is it weird?
I don't know.
Isn't it a good thing?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. I don't think it's weird. I think it's very sweet. You're just 11.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, that's all about the age gap between my kiddos. And it was not the plan that we set out for, but it is where we're at, and there's lots of benefits to it. So, thanks for joining me, Max.
You're welcome.
Peace. Can you give him a peace?
Peace.